Claire Hanna alongside Marc Methot, and the Ottawa Senators fall 3-1 to the New Jersey Devils here at the Canadian Tire Centre. And Mark, it was too little too late for the Senators, because with a minute 5 seconds left in the game, they scored. But of course, as I said, just too little too late. And if you look at the beginning of the game in the first period, the Senators had a strong start. But when it got to the second period, it felt like it started to unravel. Where did it go wrong?
Well, they had a great penalty kill to start the second period. I thought Ottawa looked fantastic there, but it was right afterwards where they give this chance up. And it's a point shot. It's relatively harmless looking. Erik Haula getting a stick on that off that one touch from the blue line, but it actually ends up going off Sens defenseman Jacob Bernard-Docker. It's deflected through Forsberg, so it's a tough bounce for Ottawa. Might have to rinse and repeat there and get away from that one. But then it's after that, Sens are on the power play. Claude Giroux with an uncharacteristic turnover, and it's just Nathan Bastian walking down Main Street, getting into that offensive zone. There's no back pressure, so he's able to get Forsberg back in his net. Claude Giroux visibly unhappy, clearly after that turnover, going to the iPad with Coach Mike Yeo, trying to figure out where they went wrong, and actually finished the period pretty strong for him afterwards there. But it was, again, like you mentioned, Claire, a little too late for them, and it's one of those games where you just got to move on now and focus on the next one.
And Jacob Markstrom is in his first year with the New Jersey Devils. He comes in, he stops 30 of 31 shots. This was his fifth start in net. And how did he outplay the Ottawa Senators tonight? And specifically Anton Forsberg.
Yeah, well, it helps when you're 6'6", a lot of experience under your belt. And of course, just being in the league for as long as he has, you know he's confident. He's in his prime. It's a great acquisition here for the New Jersey Devils. He was solid for the group tonight. He was acquired for defenseman Kevin Ball in a first-round pick, obviously, over the offseason. So it's just, and more importantly, he meshes very well under Sheldon Keefe's new system, if that's what you want to call it. This is not the same run-and-gun Devils that we've seen over the last couple seasons now. This is a different team tonight, and he complements that group so well. So good for him, and obviously very happy there. A good big smile with his teammates sharing the victory, but that's going to be a big difference maker for that group. I think that back end, including that goaltender, the big goaltender, and Jacob Markstrom, will give that team a lot of success.
Okay, you know what's really rare? Goalie goals. A couple of nights ago, we saw former Ottawa Senators Filip Gustavsson score a goalie goal. Here it is. Now, we know also that Linus Ullmark is one of the goalies who has done this feat. And tonight, you even saw Markstrom kind of going for it, okay? I know we're still looking at the Ullmark one. I love it. It's like they practice this, and I've seen Ullmark a few times in practice, kind of.
Well, imagine sitting between two posts for 60 minutes, 82 games here. Obviously, they're not playing that often. And here's the Markstrom chance tonight that we were just referencing, where he attempts to go for it, and it's actually batted down by Tim Stützle in the neutral zone. And I was going to say, how could you not go for that if you're a goaltender? You've got a nice, comfortable lead. 2-goal lead, 3-goal lead in some instances, and they still almost had it right there. So it's a fun moment for Jacob Markstrom, and I know if I was a goaltender, I would absolutely at least try a couple times to get one. So close call there for him.
And I think Gustafsson's the other night was the 19th in NHL history, so
That's
it doesn't
wild.
happen very often.
Yeah.
But at this point, you know, we talk so much about how strong starts to the season are essential for the Ottawa Senators. How do you think that frustration's going to be mounting now?
It's difficult, particularly in this situation, only because this team historically has been struggling for the last X amount of years now. No playoffs in almost 8 years. It makes a difference. And tonight, they actually looked good in the first period, but they were hitting posts, right? And they don't even count as shots, and that's unfortunate. So for Ottawa, the opportunities offensively were there. And I want to say goaltending has been an issue. I didn't think Forsberg was actually that bad tonight. I thought he was pretty strong overall. Unlucky on the first goal, and then, of course, on the second one, a bad turnover. But, I mean, posts don't get you goals, and they don't get you wins. So I think for Ottawa, it's an opportunity now to reset, try to get back at it here in a couple days and see if they can get a win.
It is music, though, to Jacob Markstrom's ears. The Ottawa Senators will have a chance to bounce back when they host the Tampa Bay Lightning this Saturday.